Welcome to the Eczema Warrior podcast. I'm your host, Julia Chen. I'm here to help you heal your eczema naturally so you can finally live your best damn life. Many years ago in my own eczema healing journey, I was stuck and confused on how to heal my skin. Fast forward to today, after many lessons learned and lots of trial and error, I'm now living my best life and traveling the world with clearer skin. If you're an eczema or TSW warrior who desires a life of food freedom and is wanting to heal your skin without steroids while using mindset and manifestation as a tool, you're in the right place. Now let's get into it. Hello. Welcome to episode 6 of the Eczema Warrior podcast. I'm excited, you guys, to talk about today's episode. I feel like I say that with every single episode. Actually, I got a lot of feedback from you guys regarding my last episode all about relationships, dating, and eczema. A lot of you had shared with me it was a very entertaining story. So I'm glad that you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't listened to the episode yet, I highly recommend it, especially if you're someone who maybe is single and you're trying to date while you have eczema. I share some tips there at the very end of the episode when it comes to that. And I also shared a really juicy dating app story that I unfortunately had to go through last year. But if you want a good laugh out of it, then make sure you check out that episode. Okay, before we get into the episode, of course, I want to share a quick life update. So as you know, if you listened to my episode last week, a lot has been going on. But thankfully, this week, a lot has kind of calmed down when it comes to my personal side of things. However, it has been a really busy week with coaching calls, especially my one-on-one coaching, a lot of new assessments this week, and writing a lot of protocols. So over the past week, I've been focusing on my clients and also just making sure that Clear Eczema continues to be updated. We are adding in more modules and doing some filming as well. So it's been busy behind the scenes when it comes to my program and my coaching. But I'm very excited because my best friend and I have decided to actually do a weekend trip. So we're doing a road trip down to the States for a few days together. We have some friends down in the States that we're going to go visit, go to the soaking pool, try out some new restaurants. It's supposed to be a nice weekend, so I'm super excited. We're also going to do some groceries as well. I just love the grocery stores in the States. Whoever's listening from the States, you guys have so much more than Canada. So I'm excited to go to Trader Joe's and just get a bunch of groceries to bring back. So other than this really exciting trip coming up very soon, nothing else really going on this week. And then I will be leaving soon on my actual trip, like flying out of the country and moving in the next month. So I'm excited to share more details about that. All right, so let's get into today's episode. Today's episode is going to be a little bit different than the other episodes I've recorded. And this one is all about why actually focusing on your eczema is keeping you stuck from healing. This is something that's often not talked about, right? We think that when we need to focus on our eczema and focus on our healing, that means that we should heal faster, because the more that we do things, the more that we implement all these things when it comes to healing, we should expect more results. Well, in this episode, I'm going to actually share with you the opposite actually happens when you don't focus on your eczema. And so if you want to learn all about that, then make sure you listen to this episode until the very end. Okay, so where do I start? In the past 2 to 3 years of working with hundreds of clients, healing my own flare-ups that have come and go due to stress, due to certain things in my life, which are usually my triggers, I have learned so much with how eczema really heals. When you look on the internet and you research how to heal your eczema, what are the root causes, what are you supposed to do, there's just so much information that comes out that a lot of people who try to heal their skin end up getting very overwhelmed because of the amount of stuff that you have to do, right? So if you're listening right now, maybe you're someone who has been focusing on your diet. Maybe you're avoiding certain things. Maybe you're taking a bunch of supplements. You're also trying to meditate. You're trying to research the next thing you're supposed to do to heal. You're thinking about your eczema all day, all night, because of course it is physically painful having to go through these flares, but at the same time, it takes an emotional and mental toll. Now, what's interesting is over the past week, I've been having a lot of one-on-one coaching calls, and a lot of my clients, what I've noticed is that they're actually doing a little bit too much than what I would like them to do. And it's nobody's fault, right? We all here trying to heal our skin. We're desperate. We want results fast. Now, what I had to actually tell my clients is that when you take a step back and actually slow down, you're actually going to see more results. And the reason why is that when you look at what you're doing to heal your skin, it's really, really important to do things that you feel aligned with doing. Meaning you don't want to do something just because the internet said so. You don't want to force yourself in doing something you don't want to do, right? Even when it comes to like meditation or journaling, it's not for everybody, right? Some people have try it for many months. They really don't enjoy it. Just because research says that it does really help with stress management, helps with your mindset and all the great things, it doesn't necessarily mean that it'll be aligned with how you feel with doing it. That being said, with all the meditation and the journaling and the self-care practices I often preach about, I still recommend everybody to try it, do it for at least a few months. But if you really, 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 really hate the process and you really don't like it, then don't force yourself in doing something you don't want to do. Find something else that you enjoy doing because you're going to get the best result out of it when you actually feel aligned with what you're doing. Now, with that being said, this is a good time for you to reflect on, okay, do I feel good in the things that I'm doing? Am I focusing too much on my diet and my supplements that I actually feel more stressed? Because if that's the case, then of course healing is going to be a lot slower because now you're just forcing yourself in doing something that you really don't want to do. And then you're not in alignment anymore. You're feeling unaligned, if anything, because it just doesn't fit into your routine. It doesn't fit into your lifestyle. So that's really something I invite you to think about in terms of how you're healing your eczema. Does it make sense to you? Does it feel like a chore? Because it really shouldn't, right? Healing eczema should be a part of your lifestyle now. And that's just the reality when it comes to dealing with a chronic condition is we just have to be more careful with our lifestyle, with our diet. But that doesn't mean that you have to force yourself in doing something you don't want to do. And then also too, when it comes to focusing on your eczema, where your attention goes, energy flows. I don't know if you've heard of the saying before, but Tony Robbins has mentioned this saying before where the more that you focus on something, the more of it's going to manifest. Now, there's two ways you can look at this. There's focusing on something negatively and focusing on something positively. So, of course, when you focus on positive things like, wow, my eczema is healing, it's doing great, I'm trusting the process, and even though I don't see the physical healing yet, I know that it's working, and you're putting it out to the universe that when you're focusing your attention on the positive, you're going to get more positive in return. However, if you are focusing on your eczema from the perspective of when is this going to heal? Why isn't this healing? I really don't like this flare, more of the disempowering thoughts, then your energy is going to put towards more of the negative. And of course, when your energy focuses more on the negative, then you're going to attract more of the negative. You're going to experience more flares. You're going to keep noticing that the flare-ups are still present. Maybe you have increased itching, right? Because you're so laser focused on the negative part of the healing process that your brain is just in a disempowering state. And then of course, when your brain and thoughts are in the disempowering state, then you're going to basically feel more stressed. And of course, when you're feeling more stressed, then there's a direct relationship between stress and eczema flares. So think about when you're focusing on your eczema, how is your energy? Are you focusing on it because of the negative, or are you doing it more from the positive perspective? Because that really can shift the trajectory of your healing more faster if you focus on the good part of it versus being too obsessed with when is it going to heal, right? And when we are so focused on the healing and the flares from that perspective, and this comes from a desperate energy. And I get it. When you are fighting such a debilitating condition, you really, 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 really want to heal. You will do whatever it takes to heal your eczema. You will listen to all the podcasts. You will have to, go on a diet maybe take a bunch of supplements or whatever it is. But when you come at healing from a desperate perspective, desperate energy, the universe isn't going to give you the results that you want. It wants to know that you're not desperate, you're not needy. It wants to know that you trust the healing process and you're not forcing your manifestations. The more that you force something to happen, the less of it's going to happen, right? Think of an example of, let's say you're talking to a guy, and if you keep on messaging him, like, when are we going to hang out? When are you free? And being like super pushy and coming off as needy, then you're going to push that guy away. He's going to be like, oh, I don't want to hang out with this person. I don't want to hang out with you. Think of that guy as your eczema. If you keep forcing your eczema to heal and keep questioning when you're going to heal, is it going to happen? Are you going to heal, right? And you start forcing your eczema to heal on your timeline, which you technically can't, then it's not going to start healing because it's now seeing you as someone who doesn't trust the journey. Because if you fully trusted the journey and fully trusted yourself, you're not going to be questioning when, how, and if. You just know that it's going to happen. So reflect on how your energy levels are when you're healing. Are you coming in from a desperate energy or a trusting energy? I have seen clients literally shift this type of energy and have seen massive changes in their healing. So this is no joke. This is serious. This actually works. So change your mindset here about how you approach healing and how you feel towards your eczema, because that really does make a difference in keeping you unstuck and moving the needle in your healing. And the last thing I want to mention here is when you're focusing a lot on your eczema, do you focus on what you don't have more or what you have? Because oftentimes going through eczema flare-ups, we tend to focus on what we don't have. I don't have clear skin. I don't have the ability to go out with my friends. I don't have the ability to wear the clothes that I want. I can't eat these foods. I don't know if healing's going to happen. I don't know when my skin is going to be soft, right? So again, we're focusing a lot of our thoughts on the things that we don't have. Now, if you start to focus on things that you do have and expressing more of that gratitude, you know that saying, a grateful heart is a magnet for miracles. It's very, very true. If you want to attract what you want in your life, you have to be grateful for what you already have. The universe is not going to give you more if you're not grateful. If you hate the journey, if you hate the process, if you hate everything about it, if you hate yourself, right? I mean, hate's a very strong word, but you know what I mean. It's not going to feel like the universe isn't going to give someone what they want if they feel that they don't really deserve it because they're ungrateful, right? So start focusing on what you have. Like, I have a body that is able to heal itself. It's working all day long trying to heal my skin. I have all the tools I need to get in control of my flares. I have the beautiful abundance around me, the nature, the sky, the ocean. All of these things actually contribute to your healing, believe it or not. But we tend to forget how much it makes an impact on your healing. You wouldn't be alive today if it wasn't for the nature. The trees literally give us oxygen. The stars literally made the universe. You would not be here today without those things. And even though right now your skin isn't at the place you want it to be, start practicing gratitude for what's around you, who's in your life, what you're able to do, instead of focusing on what you can't do. And trust me, when you do this consistently and you feel good in the process of doing it, then you're just going to manifest more healing faster. And you're not going to be so obsessed with when your skin's going to heal because you know that it's going to heal regardless. Okay, so I hope you found this episode helpful. A fairly short one, but I really wanted to talk about this topic because it's been pretty common lately in our one-on-one coaching calls, group coaching calls. I've been speaking to you guys in the DMs. So I hope this gives you a different perspective when it comes to healing your eczema. Try to focus less on it, try to focus on the abundance, the gratefulness, and then shifting your energy from desperate to more of a trusting energy, and you will see your skin heal faster as a result. I hope you found this episode helpful. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to DM me on Instagram at juliachen.rd. If you want to work with me and you want to learn all about mindset, manifestation, and of course, the strategies when it comes to diet, supplements, and root causes for healing your skin naturally, then you can apply for my coaching program, Clear Eczema, or one-on-one coaching. At the show notes, there's a link there to apply. Hope you have a wonderful day, and we will see you in the next episode. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Now, before I let you go, I want to let you know I have this amazing free eczema visualization meditation. This visualization has helped me so much in my healing. It has helped me manifest skin healing faster than I ever imagined. My clients and I use it. We use it all the time in our group coaching calls. And it's honestly the best tool to use when it comes to healing. Now, if you want this visualization, all you have to do is leave us a review and give us a rating. Take a screenshot of this podcast and your review. Send it to our email at hello@juliachen.com, and you will receive this amazing free visualization. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss out on this one. This visualization has literally changed my life. My clients and I do this every night before bed or even first thing in the morning, and it helps them heal flares faster. Okay, look forward to hearing your review, and we will see you soon.